Hi YouTube, this is me. My first video was really long, but I would like to check in and let you know that I'm still eating healthy, that I'm still going to the gym, even though I feel like these last few weeks haven't been very successful, but I haven't been quite measuring on the scale, but I would just like to first uh, I got off work at 10 a.m., blabbed a bunch on my voice diary, which I do on my way to and from work, and was like, okay, this is mostly it was a lot of ranting about the whole body positivity slash fat acceptance scenario, but I'm not going to touch that just yet. And I was like, for some reason, I detoured off my original route to go home and ended up being parked in the grocery store parking lot. Now, I do have a grocery list, and I do have an intention on having an actual purpose for going in there. But when I sat there and I was like, wait, what do I really need at the grocery store? And nothing important. I mean, I had chicken and stuff to go with the chicken. So I had a recipe. I had stuff to make chili because I kind of wanted to have chili. I'm kind of craving that, especially on cold days. You know, chili is nice to have. And then I'm, I'm like, wait a minute here. Um, I, uh, I then, but when I knew, I pictured myself walking in there and seeing all the baked goods and possibly, you know, a milk shelf stocked full of eggnog or the donuts. um, and I saw myself buying it. And so I didn't even get out of my car. I was like, wait, no, you don't really need this stuff. You have food at home right now. You're not going hungry. You still have things to eat at home. Um, Most of the time I can also get really creative. So it's not like even if I didn't have what I thought was food to eat, that sorry, I'm boiling some boiled eggs. So I ended up just driving out. Like, I parked there, but I never went in. And I ended up just driving home, which is good, because I gotta admit, the first thing I probably would have done was buy sweets. Was buy either like chocolate or like, because those are on sale right now because of Halloween, and just I just drove right on home. Didn't even get out of my car. So I just wanted to let you know that it's not easy. I was craving sweets, and um, I've been pretty frustrated lately because in the past month my body has fluctuated between the weight of 277 to 273 and up and down. It's like it was a yo-yo. Literally, you can see the chart go up and down, zigzagging um, throughout the couple weeks. And I even reined in my diet a little bit, got a food scale, weighing everything out instead of just eyeballing it, or silly, I can't find my measuring cups. So apparently the food scale has been a lifesaver. Um, so I've been able to measure out my food, stay within a caloric range. Um, I've been getting pretty good sleep, actually. So even when I think I'm not getting good sleep, I'm actually getting pretty good sleep. So that's a good help. And now I'm down to 271. I'm getting there. I'm trying to break the 270s, but that's really hard when I'm gaining muscle, because I'm going and I'm literally working muscle groups and lifting weights. So I am going to try to switch up my routine a little bit. I still like to just pump it hard on the cardio, making sure I get the resistance right away so that my heart rate gets up right there within the first 3 minutes of my exercise. And that's been that's been pretty good. I haven't seen it increase my zone minutes though, so that's kind of disappointing. But I would like just to check in and let y'all know that I am trying. For anybody that actually does view my video, I don't ask for subscriptions or anything. I just want to document, be transparent. I do have to say, last night I came to work. I normally wear shorts, and I had already done my workout in the morning, but I don't feel like I did a good workout. But partly that was probably because of my Fitbit. It wasn't on my wrist well enough, and I bought new wristbands, and then my other Fitbit broke, so it didn't matter that I got new wristbands. But I did get a new Fitbit, and it was definitely after I went to the gym, so I didn't read it very well. So I know I probably around about 3,200 calories, but I burned that much yesterday, or more than that. I know I exceeded more than just 3,000 calories in the burning 3,000 calories yesterday, but the Fitbit only logged like 3,000, unfortunately, and it was because of like the time I had to do the transfer and stuff. It couldn't be on my wrist, and it wasn't reading the stats, and it didn't read it very well at the gym because it was the old one instead of the new one, and that was frustrating to me. So like it feels like I didn't do very much. And anyway, so I got there, and I have like the undershorts on, and all that stuff. And normally I kind of I do usually wear layers, and so I can strip the layers when I go to work because I sweat a lot at work. And then in the shower, when I give him a shower, it can often get on my pant legs, so pants aren't necessarily not a very good thing when I do the showering portion. But so I usually take the pants off anyway, and then I put them back on before I leave. But I was like, man, I'm not feeling really, I'm feeling blubbery. I'm feeling more of my fat than I want. It feels jiggly and in the way, and that's a feeling I get. That's not society telling me, so thank you, body positivity people. And I was like, well, I want to put the pants back on, but I don't want the warmth because I can get really warm. So I end up cutting the pants into shorts. So they're sweatpants, but I end up cutting them into shorts, and it worked. It totally worked. I just cut the pant legs off, threw them away, and I was really comfortable. But oftentimes those kind of shorts aren't very flattering on me at all, but they're comfortable, and that's what matters. So I just want to check in and let you know that I did have a craving. I should probably post more cravings. I watched a popular YouTuber who's very known for her weight issues. I watched one from like a year ago. So this is something about the diet, like what they eat in a day for a 500-pound person. And I'm like, well, it doesn't feel like that they're documenting really well what goes through in a day. And there's been a few people that have done a really good job at saying, hey, this is what I eat throughout my day. I'm going to show you as I go through. Like, here's everything I eat. But it was for a person who was fit and going to the gym. So I was like, well, how come people aren't being transparent and literally showing you what they eat? And I watched her, and she legit just showed me, like, oh yeah, I bought like a bunch of, and most of it, like the first part, it was overeating more than binging, but then the second part was definitely binging, and there's a lot of talking going on. But what I noticed is if I record my binges, like obviously I'm going to show that I'm binging, and then I wouldn't binge. So okay, I'm back. But it would show I would show that I'm binging, and normally when I'm self-conscious of the fact that I'm going to binge, especially if I'm going to broadcast it, it definitely won't happen, because I even admitted, I think in my first video, that if I'm binging, it's definitely in private. I don't ever do it with other people, and that's in fact what's kept me from binging. But the biggest part is overeating. So I guess it's hard to make a video of what a diet would be for an obese person, because they don't they document it after the fact, should I say, because oftentimes that's what I was doing. I mean, I don't show you when I bought like 4 things of maple bars and ate them in one night. I definitely don't video that. And I didn't video when I ate half of the bundt cake, and then gave the rest of it to my client and coworkers because I didn't want to take it home. I didn't document any of that. In fact, I just talked about it because I never even videoed it at the moment. So I don't think that if you're so conscious of a binge, that's just going to be something that you're going to talk about beforehand. It's just going to be something that you do and then talk about after the after effects. Because again, if I was going to be like, hey, look at all this food I'm going to binge out on, it's probably not going to happen. I'm not going to show you me binging out on it. I'm not a mukbang or anything like that. That's so not what happens. So I get it, but I would like to be transparent and be realistic about what goes into my mouth throughout a day to be the weight that I'm at. And oftentimes a lot of people mistake me. Like, again, it is a misconception. Like, it is one of the things that body positivity is trying to fight, is that if you see a fat person, you automatically assume that they're eating unhealthy, and I don't, because I know better. But there is certainly a reason that person got that size. They were not born fat. They were born maybe with a slow metabolism thanks to their genetics, but I don't believe that they had a perfect diet and were able to like not go for seconds. You know, like, there's a reason that you're big, and I certainly take full responsibility for the reason I'm at this size. But I know that I say I consumed like almost probably 5,000 calories before I started taking control of my diet, but I don't know if people really understand what that truly looks like in a regular lifestyle of work and on friends and family and church and whatnot, that throughout the day, what does it look like for me to actually consume all that? And I mean, in their mind, they're probably thinking I'm sitting there in front of the TV just mindlessly binging, and though that does happen, it didn't happen every day, and it didn't happen often enough to where that would be realistic. So I'm going to try to post a video about specifically what that looks like, and hopefully that will go great. But here's to let you know that today wasn't necessarily a struggle, but I did find strength in saying no and putting off what didn't need to be done just yet, like grocery shopping, because the holiday stuff is out, and it would definitely be a temptation to buy that stuff, to buy the food that I don't need. So I just did not even go in. And I hope that you're listening. Thank you very much.